fine, Jess. You're short enough. There's a heater out over this one. Yeah, up on the ceiling. There probably is down on the other end too, but.
It actually got too warm over there.
So the guy that was filming that took off and we were just sitting in front of him, I guess. I should have he was reading it, right? Yeah. Yeah. All right, here we go. I'm going to try my best with the filming. A little bit of a goofy setup for that, but give it a shot. You can take the whole thing over there if you want. All right, Proctor Rails, Northern Lakes Lightning. Got Brzezinski taking the draw for Proctor. He is flanked by Johnson and Welty with Nimmons and Katerlich on defense. Off the face-off, Northern Lakes will control. This is a weird spot to film from. Nimmons either loses an edge or is boarded there. Northern Lakes will come away down to the corner. Back check by Brzezinski. Northern Lakes still able to get control. Send it up out of the zone. Sorry, I just gotta adjust myself a little bit. Pass up high by Northern Lakes, broken up by Welty. Oh boy, this is... Shot by Welty, wide of the net. Burke will pick it up, carry behind the rails net. Loses control, the puck over to the corner. Tries to chip it up, Northern Lakes is gonna hold it in. Northern Lakes comes away from the boards. They get there first. They get a shot on, saved by McGowan. Second shot's gonna be a goal. Northern Lakes will go up 1-0. Just over a minute into the first period. I think these two teams have played twice. I think Proctor has come away with the win on both. Dunbar will take the face-off here. He's got Simonson and Talarico with Nimmons and Olsen on defense. Talarico controls off the face-off, carries down into the Northern Lakes zone. Dunbar will hold it in. Looks to chip it down. Northern Lakes will break that up. Talarico sends it down to the corner. Northern Lakes will come away from the corner with it, carry back behind their net. They send that one up. They got a player behind Olsen there. He's going to pick it up and carry into the zone. Poked away by Nimmons. Olsen will pick it up. He'll send it up ice to Dunbar. Dunbar clears one player, loses control of the puck. Gains it back. Dunbar taken out. He hits the post pretty hard there. He is up. Dunbar on the draw, sends it over to the boards. Talarico pinned against the boards in the corner. Sends the puck up to Simonson. Simonson gets a shot. I heard metal there. Looks like it hit the side of the net. Nimmons will try to send that one on net. It's deflected over to the corner. Talarico bodied off of it on his way there. Nimmons will get a stick on that, send it back to the corner. Lakes will send it around the net. They overrun that one, but still able to get it out of the zone. Olsen grabs it, tries to enter, has to hold up while the rails get back on sides. Olsen will carry back into the rail zone, send it up ice to Simonson. Simonson will send that on net from out in the neutral zone, be deflected to the corner by the goaltender. Lakes will pick it up, carry along the boards. Tipped up by Dunbar to Fish. Fish tries to regain control. Brad, can you go help her? She just spilled some cola. Can you go help her? Fish looks to send that up high. It's broken up by Lakes. They're going to carry up and out of the zone. Sent back up out of the zone. That's all right. There's two containers of that in there. Fish on the chase to the corner. Lakes will get there first, carry behind the net. Fish is going to strip that. Lakes will take it back. They got some big kids out here. I can't quite buy that these kids are peewees. Fish chips it up to Radzak. Radzak will carry over the blue line. He is stripped. Rails offsides there. No way. Taller than both of the refs. The refs could stand on each other's shoulders. Plus, this does not look like the team is playing close. Lakes picks it up behind the net. Olsen sends it up the boards. Lakes is going to hold it in. A shot wide of the net. Over to the far corner. Johnson there first for Proctor. Gets a stick on it, sends it to the middle of the ice. Lakes will pick it up, circle back around down to the corner. Lakes chips it up high. Kick save by McGowan. Johnson stripped as he tries to carry that out of the zone. Nimmons will get a stick on it, poke it up into the neutral zone. Brzezinski picks it up. Carries through the center of the ice. Brzezinski shoots from out near the blue line. Kick save by the goaltender. Lakes will pick up the rebound. They will dump that. Burke's going to send it back up ice to Johnson. Johnson carries into the zone, pressured by 3 or 4 Lakes players. They'll send that cross ice. They'll get past Katerlik. Burke picks it up. Burke will send it up ice. He's looking for Dunbar. Dunbar gets a stick on it, knocks it down. Burke picks it up again in the neutral zone. Burke stripped. Johnson will send it down to the corner. Simonson, big shot from right out in front of the net. That's wide. Chips it over to Burke. Burke will send that on net. Bouncing puck out front. Rebound out front. Dunbar gets a stick on it, as does Simonson. Still loose puck behind the net. Talrico will come away with it. Carries to the corner. Chips it up to Burke. Burke gets a shot. Kick saved by the goaltender. Lakes will carry along the boards. Chip back up by Katerlik to Dunbar in the neutral zone. Dunbar turns. Hits a couple of Lakes players coming out of the box. That one will bounce into the zone. Dunbar will send it over to the corner. Lakes chips it along the boards. I'm going to pick it up, carry it out, looking cross ice. Broken up by Katerlik. Katerlik's going to reverse course, carry back towards the rails end. Move it over to Burke. Burke up ice to Dunbar. Dunbar carries in. Dunbar dekes a defender. Shot by Dunbar for a goal. I don't know that you can see very well from this angle. We'll try to catch the replay on it. So Burke up to Dunbar. Dunbar carries in. My highlight is not loading, so there we go. Let's see if we got it. Go White! I had a referee in the way there, I guess, but down to the corner. Lakes tries to clear. He chipped back down by Katerlik. Dunbar in the corner, loses control of the puck, picked up by Radzak. Radzak centers out to Fish. He cannot get a shot off on it. Lakes will carry up out of the zone. Broken up by Fish as Lakes tries to move that across the neutral zone. Thanks, Caitlin. Radzak behind the net, looks to try to center out front, taken off of his stick. Lakes will stretch that. Lakes will chip that one past Katerlik and chase it to the corner. Center, puck right out front. Burke picks it up, sends it up to the defender. That one's up over the corner of the net. Lakes sends that one back on net, hits some traffic out front, deflects behind the net. Burke will pick it up, send it to the corner. Brzezinski back up the boards. Burke will clear that one. Lakes kicks that one up along the boards. It hits a stick down on the ice and jumps up and over. Olsen will carry that out of the fray. Looks cross ice for Fish. That's broken up by some traffic. Olsen there again. Nimmons will step in. Nimmons along the boards. Tries to send that one down to the zone. Lakes will send that to the corner for an icing call. My hands are numb. I have to have that thing I can do a block with. Olsen from up near the blue line, shot that's wide of the net. Brzezinski will send that over to the corner for Welty. Lakes will pick it up, however. And send that along the boards behind the net. They're going to try to chip past Nimmons. They do get it past Nimmons. Olsen picks it up in the corner. Olsen will carry behind the net. Sends it up the boards looking for Johnson. That'll get past him and past Welty. Lakes will take control. Send that cross ice. Olsen sends that one up and out of play. Face off in the far corner of the Proctor zone here. Dunbar on the face off for the Rails. Sends it up high. They get a quick shot. Kick save, deflection by McGowan. Lakes will grab the rebound. They send it up. Simonson breaks up that pass up to the defender. He's going to clear the Lakes player. He gets a shot. Center mass. Goaltender is going to cover that one up for a whistle. Dunbar on the face-off there. Works, sends it to the corner. Lakes tries to send that one behind the net. They hit the side of the net. Simonson in the corner. He turns, he's looking to try to center. He's got a lot of pressure on him. Lakes will take control. They'll send that cross ice. Burke gets a stick on that as Lake sends it to the corner. Kadalik will pick it up behind the net, chips it up and along the boards, takes a bounce off of the boards. Dunbar and Simonson able to grab it. Dunbar turns it over to Lakes, however. Lakes will whiff on that. Tallarico will step in, pin it against the boards. Lakes will come away with that. They'll send that cross ice. Dunbar's going to get there first. Dunbar turns, reverses course, meets and passes a Lakes player. He's going to dump that to the corner and grab a line change. Tallarico down to the corner. Ooh, Tallarico hit hard in the corner there. That's going to be a penalty coming on Lakes. Tallarico's getting up just fine. Sorry, Tara. But I think that's an interference call on. Oh, they're going to take Tallarico on that. What? No? No, they're taking Lakes. Sorry. Tallarico going to the box, the bench. So the large player from Northern Lakes will take, I think, an interference penalty or body checking. I'm not sure what they'll give him there, but Rails will have a 1 minute 30-second advantage either way. Kadalik will send that towards the net. Deflection by the goaltender. Rebound behind the net. Dunbar picks it up. Dunbar centers out front. I think Fish had a shot there. It might have been Radzak as well. The goaltender made the saves. Kadalik will control in the Rails zone. Moves that up ice to Radzak. Radzak will dump towards the net. Dunbar chases. Shot from Burke. He hits Radzak. Lakes will pick it up. Carry out of the zone. They're going to clear Kadalik, but Burke will break up the pass and send that back down ice. Dunbar, Radzak pressure. Radzak able to get a stick on that one and knock it down. Radzak gets a shot, hits traffic out front. Lakes will send it back up high. It's going to be picked up by Kadalik. He whiffs on a shot. Continues moving towards the net, though, with the puck. Lakes is going to send that one up and out. We should have an icing call here coming. So we're going to hang down here. Honey, we're going to go get lunch after this, so. 23 seconds left in the Lakes penalty. Brzezinski will face off for Proctor. He is with Johnson and Welty. Lakes will send that one along the boards. They'll get passed and out of the zone. Nimmons there for Proctor. He's got a Lakes player right on his tail. Chips that behind the net over to Olsen. Olsen will come back around behind the net. Sends it up here to Johnson. Johnson, center ice to Brzezinski. Brzezinski will carry up along the boards. He's going to dump that into the zone, turn it over to Lakes. Lakes cross ice pass, almost broken up by Johnson. Nimmons will get there, however, and send it up ice to Johnson. That one's going to get past him. Lakes will pick it up behind the net, back up along the boards, met by Johnson. Lakes will pick that up. That one gets past Johnson. They're going to chip it around Nimmons. The penalty has expired now. Lakes will take that from Olsen. They look to try to clear it. Hits a skate. Goes cross ice. The defender, big shot. That one's going to find the back of the net. Hit either a Lakes player or a Rails player out front and deflected around the side of McGowan for a goal. Birth certificate. It hit somebody out front. I don't know if that was us or them, but... Dunbar on the faceoff for Proctor, sends it over to Simonson. Simonson will carry towards the zone. Simonson down to the bottom of the circle. He gets a shot, saved by the goaltender with the rebound, picked up by Dunbar. Talrico will pick it up behind the net, carries to the far corner. Talrico has that knocked off of his stick. Lakes will send it back to the corner. Dunbar will pick it up, drop it back. Lakes will pick it up again, send it behind the net along the boards. I'm going to clear the zone. It's going to get past the whole mass of players here. Katerlik will get there first. Katerlik sends it around the net. It'll be picked up by Dunbar. Dunbar carries up ice. He hits Simonson cross ice. Simonson tries to regain control of the puck. He doesn't. Lakes will take that from him and send it around behind the net. They try to move that cross ice. Dunbar will break that up. Talrico picks up the second attempt. Talrico sends it down to the corner. Dunbar's there, sends it up high to Simonson. Simonson, shot from the circle, that's wide of the net. Katerlik gets there, tries to pin it against the boards. He will send that down low. Lakes will pick it up and send it. They try to clear the zone. Burke will grab it. Burke gets a shot, but Lakes gets a stick in there. He'll deflect to the corner. Burke away from the boards again. Burke looks cross ice. He's going to be broken up by Lakes. Katerlik will pick it up along the boards. He carries in, shot from the circle, deflection by the goaltender. Lakes will chip that one up. Katerlik grabs it along the boards. Katerlik chips it cross ice. Simonson will tip it up to Dunbar. Dunbar will carry down. It's knocked off of his stick. Talrico to the corner. Poked off Talrico's stick. Simonson will step in, take it from the boards. Lakes, couple of sticks in the mix there. Simonson will pick it up, circle back around, carry into the zone. Simonson shot from the circle, deflected by a Lakes player. Olsen tries to send that back down low. Lakes will grab it. They'll clear the zone. Simonson will pick it up, send it cross ice to Burke. Burke will dump to the corner. Lakes will control that. Radzak hits a stick on it. Almost forces a turnover. Dunbar wrapped up there along the boards. No call coming on that. Rails will send it back down to the corner. Dunbar to the corner first. Tripped up along the boards. Be held in by Nimmons. Nimmons turns, gets a shot. Stopped by Simonson out front. Simonson gets a shot with the save by the goaltender. Simonson behind the net, moves it over to Radzak. Radzak looking to move it up high to Nimmons. Lakes will get a stick in that one. Nimmons gets there, sends it back down. Loose puck picked up by Radzak. Radzak out front, loses control. Olsen will grab it. Olsen tries to center, broken up by Lakes. They're going to send that along the boards. Nimmons will grab it, send it from center of the circle, off-speed shot towards the net. Fish gets a stick on a rebound there, it looked like, but it'll be covered up by the goaltender. Cohen Dunbar will take the face-off here. Lakes will come away with that. They will send it to the corner and then around the boards. Held in by Nimmons. Nimmons down to the corner, gets past Fish. We'll have a Radzak cross-checked into the boards gently at the end there. You can't put your hand up when you cross-check them with your stick across the neck, so that'll be the end of one. Shots on goal, Rails with 15, Northern Lakes with only 6. But Northern Lakes holding a 2-1 lead over the Rails. All right, start of period 2. Dunbar on the face-off with Radzak and Fish. We've got Burke and Catterlick on defense. Rails are getting the shots on goal. We just got to start sinking them there. Dunbar will poke that one up for Radzak. Radzak to the corner. As is Fish. Fish gets a stick in that one, knocks it down. Fish tripped up along the boards. Pressure by Radzak and Dunbar. Lakes can't clear it. Radzak able to get a stick on that one. Lakes will turn it over. Fish will pick it up, chip it up to Catterlick. Catterlick back up to Radzak. Lakes will glove that one. I'll send that one cross ice and chip it up into the neutral zone. Catterlick loses an edge, so Lakes is going to get... Radzak gets there on a Lakes breakaway by a fallen Catterlick. Radzak will step up and challenge. He blocks that one. The other defender is going to pick it up, send that way wide of the net. Burke to the corner. Tries to send that up. Dunbar will center that. Radzak will get there and pick it up. Radzak chips it up. Rails are going to grab a line change. They got to be quick here. Lakes is going to move around behind the net. Coming out of the box, Welty gets a stick on it, as does Johnson. Almost still clears the zone. Burke will chip it past the Lakes player. They'll pick it back up and head out of the zone. Catterlick pushes to the corner. Lakes will drop that back for the player coming into the zone. They get a shot. That's wide of the net. Johnson will break up a shot towards the net, and that puck will go up and out of play. I wonder what's going on in between us. Like, is there a plane bringing her or what? Brzezinski on the face-off for Proctor. Sends it over to the boards to Nimmons. Nimmons will send that along behind the net. Johnson gets there for Proctor. Johnson will chip it up out of the zone. Lakes picks it up in the neutral zone. Pressure by Welty. Pressure by Brzezinski. Brzezinski makes the player lose the puck. Lakes will pick it back up, however. Johnson hit at the blue line. Holds the puck out of the zone. Lakes will chip that one into the end of the Proctor zone. Picked up by Olsen. Olsen will carry behind the Rails net. Olsen up the boards for Welty. That gets past everybody. They're calling off icing. That was on net anyway, but I don't think anybody touched it. Goaltender sends it to the corner. Johnson gets there. Johnson tries to center to Brzezinski. Here comes Olsen. Olsen can't quite carry the puck with him there. Lakes is going to have a... Well, would have had a breakaway there. Nimmons gets there. Makes him reverse course. They do still control the puck down to the corner. Centering attempt. Brzezinski will knock that one up to Johnson. Lakes will send it back down low. Lakes sends a puck behind the net. Same thing, reverse course. Lakes up high, pressure from Welty. Olsen and Brzezinski work in the corner, trying to make Lakes turn it over. I'll move it back up high, back down low. Somebody over by the board sent that on net. Big glove save by McGowan. Dunbar on the face-off for Proctor. Talarico will send that one up into the neutral zone. Lakes will send that all the way down ice. Should have an icing call here coming. Nobody touched that one.
Go green!
You'll test Dad if you can have his. So that icing will bring it back down into the Lakes zone here. Dunbar will take the face-off. He's got Talarico and Simonson with Burke and Katerlik on defense. Dunbar sends it to the boards. Talarico will get there. Talarico carries away from the boards. He gets a shot, hits some traffic out front, flex behind the net. Lakes will pick it up, drop it back to the near corner here. That one will be held in by Burke. Burke sends it down, knocked down by Talarico. Talarico has that taken off of his stick. Dunbar will move it back to Talarico. Talarico pressured again. That's knocked off of his stick as he's trying to move it down towards the net. Katerlik overruns the puck there. Able to pick it up, chip it up to Talarico, who's tackled from behind. Katerlik gets there. Loses control of the puck. Dunbar will send that to the corner. Simonson tries to pin against the boards. Lakes will send that cross ice along the boards. It'll be held in by Burke. Followed up by Lakes. They'll send that out into the neutral zone to Talarico. Talarico will turn and burn. Talarico loses control in the circle. Dunbar will pick it up. Dunbar carries away from the corner out front. Backhand by Dunbar wide of the net. Dunbar looking to send that up high to Katerlik. Turns it over to Northern Lakes. Northern Lakes will turn it back over to Katerlik. He overruns a puck there. He's being pressured. Backhands it, try to clear the zone. Lakes is going to hold it in. Lakes bodied off of the puck by Burke. It's no small job. Dunbar also steps in to try to help, but Lakes will come away with it. Lakes out in front of the net. They can't get a stick down to make a shot. Sorry, way off of it. Simonson tries to send that cross ice to Talarico. It's in front of him. Starting to be a little physical game here, so we'll see where that goes. Lakes will control the neutral zone. They carry down to the low corner, looking to drop it back up. Simonson gets a stick on that. Puck hits some traffic out on the side of the net. Dunbar up ice to Simonson. Simonson immediately converged on by 3 Lakes players. He will dump that to the corner, look for a line change. Rails are in a big line change here. Only 2, 3, now 4 or 5 rails on the ice. Olsen intercepts that center ice. Olsen will turn enter back into the zone. Olsen tripped up. There will be a penalty coming. That's number 25, second penalty of the game. He had the checking penalty on Talarico in the quarter before, so that'll be number 2 on 25 for Lakes. And give the Rails a minute 30 advantage. This is second penalty. One that cross-checked Jimbo in the corner, too. Dunbar on the face-off for Proctor. Cohen, that is. He's got Talarico and Radzak with Olsen and Nimmons on defense. Nimmons will hold that one into the zone. Nimmons gets a shot from under the blue line. It's wide of the net. Cam, stop. Johnson out front. Johnson's shot goes wide as a Lakes player comes sliding across the ice. Nimmons will send that on net. Johnson almost grabbed that rebound. The goaltender was way out of the net. It's going to be a foot race between Olsen and Lakes. Lakes will get there first. Lake shot, McGowan makes the save. Olsen overran that one here in the corner. Lakes will get another shot from the boards. It's deflected by McGowan. Dunbar there first for Proctor. Dunbar will carry up over the blue line. Dunbar dumps it into the zone and chases. Radzak will get to the corner. Radzak comes away, clears the defender, comes away with it. Yeah, Radzak for a goal. Radzak cleared 1-2 at least Lakes players. Sent that one 5-hole on the goaltender, I believe. Good work, Dane. Nice. Beautiful goal by Radzak, unassisted. That'll tie it up at 2s. That was Brzezinski on the faceoff for Proctor. Lakes will come away with it, send it cross ice. They're going to dump that towards the zone. That hits Burke. Deflects towards the net. McGowan will send it to the corner. Burke chips it up the boards to Welty. Welty tripped. Oh, come on. No call coming on that. That was definitely a trip. That might have been 25 again. I don't know if that's why they let it go or what, but... Brzezinski center ice gets a stick on that one. Brzezinski drawing the beast there. All right, down in the corner, Lakes controls. They send that one cross ice. Burke will pick it up. Burke chips that up. He's looking for Welty. That's going to get past Welty. I thought Welty tipped it, but they're going to call icing here, so... Dunbar will take the face-off for Proctor. Sends it to the corner to Burke. Burke tripped. No call coming on that one either. Simonson will carry through the neutral zone. Simonson stripped as he crosses the blue line. Dunbar will get there, however, bank that off the boards, carry down to the corner. Simonson tries to get a stick on that. Tallarico gets there. Tallarico pins against the boards. He's hitting the head, I think. He's all right, but let's get the puck away from the boards here, boys. Let's go. Dunbar over to Simonson out front. I don't know if I had the camera on that, but beautiful look and pass. Katerlik tries to hold that one in. That'll sneak past him. Katerlik will step in and take it off of the Lake stick. Simonson has the same thing happen to him here in front of the blue line. Sorry, I am not even close with the camera, am I? Tallarico moves it over to Simonson, center ice. Simonson will send it to the corner and chase. Tallarico steps in, takes it off the Lake stick, carries behind the net. He's going to reverse course. He gets a shot. That went in. I have no clue how that angle happened. Tallarico shot it from down low. I think he deflected it off of the goaltender, to be honest. Really low angle. Did not think that that would make it in. Way down low below the circle there. Yeah, it looked like it deflected up and around the goaltender. So Jimbo Tallarico, unassisted goal to put the Rails up by 1. Dunbar will come away from the faceoff with that. Carries into the zone. Johnson gets a stick on that, sends it towards the net, just wide. Radzak sticks that one away. Lakes will pick it back up, however. They look cross ice. Olsen reads that, intercepts it, breaks it up. Johnson will step in and pick it up. Johnson carries into the zone, turns it over to Lakes. Nimmons gets a stick on that one to hold it down. Runs into a brick wall. Lakes is going to stretch it. Johnson breaks it up. Johnson looking to chip it backhand up to Radzak. Lakes will break it up, however. He sent up to the Lakes player just outside of the blue line. He loses an edge, turns it over to Nimmons. Nimmons back up the boards looking for Johnson. Lakes gets a stick on that. Breaks it up. Johnson in the rails zone now. He drops that back for Olsen. Olsen cross ice, almost hits Radzak. Lakes tries to send that out to be held in by Radzak. Radzak chips it around the Lakes player. Takes it off the Lakes player's stick again. Radzak with a shot, deflected by the goaltender. Picked up by Dunbar behind the net. Dunbar's taken down behind the net. Centering pass by Lakes. Johnson. Come on, Mats. Come on, Mats. Lakes is going to carry that one past Olsen. He gets a stick on it, but can't take it away. Lakes, shot center mass from McGowan. He will hold on to that one for a whistle. Johnson was holding his ground there in front of the net with the big guy from Lakes. Brzezinski on the faceoff for Proctor. Moves it to the boards. He picked up by Katerlik. He chips it around the defender. Lakes will chip it back around Katerlik. Katerlik gets a stick in there and breaks up a shot by Lakes. Burke turns it over to Lakes. We'll have an offsides call on Northern Lakes. I'm not reading it. Who cares? Stay in here then. Just stay in here. What did they say? Well, how do you even know they were talking about you then? Maybe they said I really like her hat. Brzezinski centers across to Welty. Welty gets a shot. That'll be saved. Welty to the corner there. Works to move the puck away, sends it along the boards. Lakes is going to pick it up here. Brzezinski on the chase. Lakes stretches. That'll be intercepted by Burke. Rails back on sides there while Burke tries to hold it off. Brzezinski will get a stick in the Lakes cross ice attempt. He turns in the corner, chips it up the boards to Burke. Burke chips it past the Lakes player, gets there again. Chips it up to Welty. Welty tries to chip it past, gets past the Lakes defender. Lakes, only one defender back. We got Welty and Fish. Welty gets a shot that's wide of the net. Fish picks it up. Fish sends it towards the net. That's up and over by a deflection from a Lakes stick. Fish tries to pin against the boards back there. Somebody go help him. Lakes will come away with that one. Be held in by Burke. Burke with a shot. Hits the Lakes player out front. Puck drops down. Lakes gets there first. Katerlik and Brzezinski get sticks on that one. Brzezinski will send that back into the zone. Rails are going to grab a line change here, so hopefully that's quick. Lakes is going to stretch this cross ice. Dunbar out of the box. Thanks the Lakes player send it wide behind the net. Katerlik will chip that along the boards over to Simonson. Simonson turns it over to Lakes up near the blue line. It's a shot that's blocked by Katerlik. Lakes will chip that back down into the zone. Katerlik there for the Rails. It's met by a Lakes player behind the net. That's taken off of his stick. They center up top to the defender. That's deflected up and over the net. Lakes gets another centering attempt right across in front of the crease. Another centering attempt. Let's go, guys. Help them out. This is why I film, so I can't yell. Nimmons will chip that one up and out of the zone. Dunbar on a breakaway with Talarico. No clue where the puck went there. Dunbar carries it from behind the net, gets a shot off Talarico. Talarico taken down hard on the side of the net from behind by number 25. Again, no penalty call coming. Talarico was cross-checked down from behind on the side of the net. He's totally fine, but it's my mama instinct. Cohen Dunbar on the face-off here with Radzak and Johnson. They've got Olsen and Nimmons on defense. Dunbar turns his body off of the face-off to stop Lakes from getting to the puck. They will pick it up, however. They chip it behind the net, send it back behind the net again. Radzak to the corner first. Radzak up to Dunbar. Dunbar sends it up to Nimmons. Nimmons shot from under the blue line. Rebound up front. Johnson's going to pick it up and sink it for a goal. Yes. Nice job. So it was a Nimmons shot with a rebound picked up by Johnson. Nimmons shot off of Cohen Dunbar. Give the Rails a 2-goal lead. A lot of hockey still. Brett, can you go out there with her? Johnson to the corner. Johnson centers out front to Radzak, knocked away by Northern Lakes. Lakes will carry along the boards. They're going to clear the rails there. Nimmons will get to the corner first. Nimmons sends that around the boards. That one will get out of the zone, but picked up by Lakes in the neutral zone. Pressure by Radzak and Johnson. Lakes will turn and send it back in for an offsides, however. Brzezinski will take the face-off here with Welty and Fish. Burke and Katerlik on defense. Burke moves it up to Fish. Fish will carry into the zone. Fish gets a shot bouncing wide of the net. Katerlik will get there down in the corner. Katerlik chases. He flips that towards the net. It'll be turned over to Northern Lakes. Lakes will chip that around Fish. Katerlik picks it up, chips it back up to the neutral zone. Pressure by Fish makes Lakes miss on the clearance attempt. Katerlik sends that one towards the net. Brzezinski tries to break that one up. He's pushed down. Cross ice will be offsides. Be ready to get there, bud! Sorry. It's like this and he's getting in there, so. Yeah, but he's getting in there, so pull a penalty next time. Brzezinski on the face-off for Proctor. Moves it over to Welty. Welty chips it back to Burke. That's going to get past him as it was bouncing. Burke sends that up ice. Oh, jeez. Welty nailed right by the blue line. He is okay and up. Sorry. I shouldn't react that way. Brzezinski out front. Brzezinski with the shot. Rebound. Fish can't get a stick on that one. Shoot, shoot. Could have sunk that. Lakes will send that one towards the net. McGowan will deflect it to the side. So end of the second period with shots on goal. Northern Lakes 13, Rails 27. Looks like we are going to zam here, so we'll be back in a little bit. All right, here we go, period 3.
Here we go, Real.
Cohen Dunbar will take the face off here. He's got Radzak, Johnson, Burke, and Catterlick. Lakes will carry behind their net. Radzak. It's a shot, stuffed by the goaltender. Dunbar behind the net. Reverses course, tries to center. Burke gets there, shot wide of the net. Dunbar over to the corner. Out in front of the net, Dunbar chips it towards the net. He's just wide. Johnson to the corner. Johnson tries to center. Hits a skate and bodied off of the puck there. Dunbar steps in, sends it back over to Johnson. Lakes will come away with it. They'll send that up the boards and be held in by Burke. Burke chips it around the Lakes player. They're going to glove it, drop it, head out of the zone. They're met by Burke. Burke forces a turnover. Catterlick will pick it up in the rails corner. That one gets out of his control there, and Lakes will hold it in. Catterlick gets it the second time. Dunbar out of the box, picks it up in the neutral zone. Regains control. Cam, can you stop walking back on and off of here, honey? The whole thing's moving the camera. Pinned in the corner is Johnson Talarico and Simonson. They'll send that cross ice. Lakes will pick it up. Talarico breaks up the clearance attempt, chips it up to Nimmons. Nimmons will send it back down. Talarico gets a stick on it, knocks it down. Lakes will carry it out. Olsen tripped up near the blue line. I didn't see what happened, but either... Oh, they got a penalty coming, actually, and I believe that's on number 25. So that's going to be... that's going to be his third... he's going into the box. Or do they call an icing on that? Oh, that was an icing call, not a penalty call. I just saw Talarico Olsen go down near the blue line. I didn't see what happened, but it didn't look like he just lost an edge. Is it just tucked in? Brzezinski grabs it near the rails blue line, sends it up ice to Welty. Welty will turn it over to Lakes. Brzezinski down to the corner along the boards. One will get to the corner. Lakes will get there first. However, it's an icing. I wonder if he's got it on there. I'll talk to him about it. Brzezinski moves it up high to Burke. Burke pressured, he dumps it to the corner. Fish in the corner. Brzezinski will send the line the boards for Burke. Burke will come away from the boards. He gets a centering pass to Welty, wide of the net. Burke carries behind the net, looks for the wraparound. It's knocked away to the corner. Center. Caught by Fish in the far corner. Fish up to Welty, hits his stick, bounces ahead, turns it over to Lakes. Lakes will regroup behind the net. They're pressured by Welty. Burke will hold it in. Burke sends it towards the net, hits some traffic. Lakes is going to grab it. Burke will knock that one away again. That will be sent down ice. We should have an icing call, I believe. We do. What is Jimbo doing to him? Jimbo. He's messing with Bennett on the bench. I know he has a glove like this. Johnson holds it in along the boards. Johnson sends that one wide to the net. Burke will chip it back down low to Radzak. Radzak looks to center, turns it over. Lakes almost scores on their own goaltender. I think he went to turn it around the net, didn't realize maybe where he was in relation to the net, but Rails will take control back. Burke carries away from the corner. Johnson will drop back to cover defense. Burke's going to hit Johnson up high. That one's going to get past Johnson. We'll send that cross ice over to Katerlik. Katerlik will carry into the zone. Katerlik chips it towards the net. Rebound out front. Radzak gets there. Gets a shot. Kick saved by the goaltender. Dunbar to the corner. Burke moves in, gets a stick on that, chips it the right direction. It's going to move cross ice, however. Lakes will send that one down on net to McGowan. McGowan will turn it over to Burke. Burke up ice to Radzak, center ice. He tips it, looking for Johnson, tips it into the zone. Turns it over to Lakes. Radzak will chase to the corner and pressure. That pays off. Radzak gets there. Radzak gets a shot from out front. He's going to sink that. I don't know if I had the camera on the net. Radzak worked to keep his stick on that one and able to score a goal. Down low on the goaltender. Excuse my coughing. I don't know if I got that. My camera... Nope. But believe me, it went in. I'm way off on the clock, too. We got just under 10 minutes. I don't know how I did that either. It is a struggle bus today. My standard game comment, you get what you pay for. Dunbar and Simonson down in the corner. Simonson gets a shot. Goaltender deflects that. Talarico will pick up the rebound. That was Radzak from Burke on that goal, by the way. Talarico's going to pull a cross-checking penalty behind the net. J. Bobby can't do that. I saw that one coming actually when he hit him. I'm sure he was retaliating because he would never do something like that for no reason. So Rails at a one-man disadvantage here. It is 9:37 left. I'm off on my clock here. Here we go. Dunbar on the face-off. He will carry that up and out of the zone. Lake sends it over to Simonson. Simonson will dump that down. It's deflected behind the Northern Lakes net. They will get there first and send that one out into the neutral zone. Met by Olsen. Olsen will chip it up to Dunbar. He'll glove it and drop it near the blue line. Dunbar clears one defender. He gets a shot. That's, I think, behind the net. Sent back towards the Lake net. Olsen gets there. Olsen carries around behind the net. Olsen chips it up high to Nimmons. Nimmons gets a shot. Saved by the goaltender. Lakes will send that along the boards behind their net. It'll be held in there by Dunbar. Dunbar moves through 1, 2, 3 players. Moves the puck out in front to Simonson. Simonson will sink that one for a Rails goal. Still 32 seconds left in the Talarico vicious cross-checking penalty. Sorry, Tara, I can't resist. Brzezinski on the face-off, sends it over to the boards. Lakes will chip it up. Defender sends it down wide of the net. They'll pick it up behind the net, carry to the corner. Back up high. Lakes will carry behind the net. Over to the far corner. They look to center, broken up by Katerlik. Fish will pick it up. That's knocked off of his stick. Lakes will send that back cross ice down to the corner. Oop, center out front, knocked away. They get a shot that dribbles across the crease. Fish has it along the far boards. Catterlick will pick it up behind the net. Catterlick bodied off of the puck. Brzezinski behind the net. Turns, reverses course, sends it up high to Welty. Welty's going to have a bit of a breakaway here. Welty on the defender. Shot high over the net by Welty. Catterlick will get there and hold it in. Catterlick sends it down along the boards. Brzezinski and Fish behind the net. Center out to Brzezinski, gets a shot, saved by the goaltender. Lakes will pick up the rebound. Burke breaks up the cross ice attempt there. Welty holding his own there. That one will get past everybody on a weird rebound. Welty will get there first for Proctor.
Nice movement, Brody.
Couple. Blake had one.
Good keep,
I
Stanley.
think Dane had one maybe when you were out. Blake had one. I don't know when you left, so. Hold me good. Hold me good. Johnson has control behind the net. Catterlick will pick it up. Catterlick clears the player, loses control of the puck to the corner. Lakes will take it over. Lakes carries out into the circle. They can't get a shot off. Lakes player slashes at Dunbar there. Once, twice, 3 times. This last 5 minutes could get fun. Redzak bodies Lakes off of the puck there. Olsen will get a stick on it, deflects up into the Lakes bench. Cohen Dunbar is going to take the face off for Proctor. He's got Johnson and nope, switching out. Seeger Dunbar will take the face off. Johnson off ice, Dunbar off ice. So Radzak and Talarico on the wings with Nimmons and Olsen on defense. Lakes will send that up ice into the neutral zone. Olsen will send it back the other direction. I think I'm too zoomed in, sorry. Lakes will dump that into the zone. McGowan out of the net, behind the net, leaves the puck there. Lakes will pick it up. Olsen got there, got a stick on it, sent it back the other direction. Dunbar carries out of the zone. It's taken off of his stick. He thought held in by Olsen, but they're going to call him on an offside there. Dunbar on the face-off there. Where are you getting money from? Nimmons chips that along the boards out into the neutral zone. Lakes will send it back down for an offsides call. Dunbar carries across the blue line, drops the puck back. Lakes will take it over. And head back the other direction. Carry down behind the net. Center out front, loose puck. Dunbar's got it. Dunbar moves it up to Talarico. Talarico clears the defender. Loses control of the puck. He's kind of sandwiched in between 2 players there. Dunbar behind the net, comes away with it, chips it up to Simonson. Simonson gets a shot as he's falling. Dunbar and Lakes player both go down behind the net. Dunbar comes away from the corner, tries to center. It's broken up by Lakes, sent out into the neutral zone. Kaderlich has it. Kaderlich loses control of the puck coming over the blue line. Picks it back up, carries to the corner. Kaderlich chips it over to Simonson. Simonson back along the boards, picked up by Kaderlich. Our line's different than normal right now, throwing me off. Dunbar, control center of the zone, sends it up to Fish. Fish will chip it down into the Lakes zone. Lakes will take control of it. They try to clear that. Burke gets a stick on it, but it's going to get past him. We got a 3-on-1 here with Kaderlich back for the rails. McGowan will deflect that one. Lakes player overruns it. Kaderlich will pick it up, send it up the boards. Simonson comes away from the boards with it, carries to center of the ice. He'll chip that cross ice for Fish just near the blue line. Fish will carry into the zone. He's bodied off of that. Puck's taken from him. Lakes tries to clear the zone. Burke will pick it up. Burke clears the defender. Loses control of the puck on the second attempt there. Fish in the corner. Fish sends that wide of the net. Kaderlich will get a stick in that. Lakes will pick it up and send it down towards the rails zone for an icing call. Brzezinski will face off for Proctor. He's got Fish and Welty with Nimmons and Olsen, who's taking a shot from under the blue line on defense. That's wide of the net. Nimmons up high, sends it back down to the corner. Lakes will carry out of their zone. Taken off of their stick by Nimmons and turned over to Fish. Fish will send that one off the boards out in front of the net. Lakes tries to send it back out to be held in by Olsen. Olsen behind the net. Brzezinski dropped back to cover defense there. That one's going to bounce off of the wall out into the neutral zone. Nimmons will pick it up, send it back up into the zone. A good icing call on that one, I guess. Off of the faceoff, Johnson controls, moves it up for Radzak. It's just past him, but Radzak in a foot race there, gets there first. Carries in front of the net. Radzak hits the net there. They're going to blow the whistle, net's off. Couldn't quite stop quickly enough there. This sword. Dunbar on the face-off for Proctor. Johnson will send that one towards the center. Lakes will pick it up, send it out into the neutral zone. That will get past Kaderlich. He gets there first, sends it up the boards to Johnson. Johnson chips it up to Radzak, who's past the defenders for an offsides call. In theory, that looked good. Pesky offside. Dunbar facing off against here for Proctor at center ice. Got Johnson and Radzak on the wings, Burke and Kaderlich on defense. Dunbar will win that, but send it over to Lakes. They will send it down for an icing call. Johnson to the corner. Johnson centers, looking for Radzak out front. It's knocked away. Lakes will carry up to the neutral zone. Shot. Glove save by McGowan. Center. I don't know if that was McGowan or the pipe. We're going to have a penalty coming here on the rails, I guess. Cross-checking on Nimmons, I believe. Nobody's going, so. Yeah, they're taking Nimmons on a cross-checking call there. Who, me? I didn't actually see what happened there, so I'm not. But he will rest the remainder of this period. Brzezinski on the face, or sorry, that was Simonson on the face-off. Olsen tries to move that up and out. Shot deflected by McGowan, I believe. Rails will work to get that up to Dunbar. Dunbar will carry out. He's got Simonson and Tallarico along with him. He'll send that towards the net. Goaltender has been pulled, so Rails can't quite get it there. Don't do it. McGowan will chip that up to Olsen. Olsen will reverse course behind the Rails net. He's going to send that one up ice, held in by Northern Lakes. Tallarico picks it up. Tallarico will send it up ice. That will be the end of it. Final shots on goal. Northern Lakes 18, Proctor 37. Rails will be back here at 4:30 against Brainerd AA. We will see you then.